Take caution. Be careful, God urges, referring to this person's plans. This isn't a recommendation. There's no whisper here. This is heaven's thunder booming right into your life. Someone has been acting, so exercise caution. While someone has been grinning at you and sweetly calling your name, they are secretly plotting your destruction. It goes beyond just emotional betrayal. This conflict is spiritual. Furthermore, God will no longer remain mute about it. Even before you realized there was danger, you were safe. However, the threat is increasing now. The plan is about ready to go. They have made up their minds, and you'll fall right into the trap they've set behind your back if you don't open your eyes right away. Take caution. This somebody intends to hurt you. There is no fear behind this warning. It's time for you to wake up. You have been too gullible. You've been too kind to people who watch every action you take. Not with affection, but with the icy racy of someone who plans to turn that information against you. You are not friends with them. They're not on your side. They're not impartial. They're hiding behind praises, lies, and smiles. Envy, however, has ruined their heart. They gaze jealously at your brilliance. They are preoccupied with ideas of your accomplishments, development, and fortitude. The fact that you survived what was supposed to destroy you irritates them. They didn't think you would rise, and now they are plotting in the shadows rather than joining you in celebration. You are well aware of the person God is referring to. As you read this, you can feel their name swelling in your chest. You can already feel your stomach twisting. Anxiety is not that. Your spirit is recalling what your body attempted to forget. Signs were present. So many indicators. Suddenly, their energy changed. They started observing you in a new way. They pose too many queries. When nothing is humorous, they laugh. When you're thriving, they get aloof, and when you're damaged, they get too present. It's no accident. Because your delight scares them and your pain soothes them, that's a tactic. Give up trying to justify their odd behavior. Give up trying to convince yourself that they intend well. No, they don't. Seeing the best in everyone was part of your training. You were brought up to think that love cannot be used as a weapon, that friends are always dependable, and that family is always protected. However, that isn't the world you currently inhabit. You have been selected. You have favor. The scent of heavenly destiny permeates your every step. And people either strive to destroy you or worship you because of that brightness, your light. Furthermore, the person closest to you at the moment is not worshiping. They are scheming. Take caution. You cannot disregard this message and come back to it at a later time. Their idea becomes better every second you wait. The adversary is Pat. Demons don't have to be fast. All they want is for you to be distracted. And false loyalty has diverted your attention. Confounded by emotional history, blinded by common recollections. However, according to God, the past you shared with them does not ensure a secure future. You are not protected by history. Discernment does. And your discernment is being enhanced at this very moment. When they text you, you get that unpleasant sensation. That moment of doubt before taking their call. The voice saying, "Don't tell them this." That is the Holy Spirit protecting your time, your secrets, and your words. They have a big plan. This isn't rumors. Drama is not what this is. This is combat. They want your resources, your reputation, and your serenity, sometimes your life itself. They are aware of your resting place. They are aware of your trustworthiness. They are aware of your top priorities. And that knowledge is being used like a dagger by them. They are unaware, however, that heaven has already halted the result. It's not your caution that keeps you safe. Because God is kind, you are safe. He is now urging you to wake up, leave, break off contact, and stop giving someone another chance who has already made the decision to betray you another chance. Take caution. The person you confided in, the person you recently laughed with, and the person who looked a bit too interested in your personal affairs are not innocent. A far more sinister force is C. When sealed by their energy. When they made fun of someone else's failure, you had a peek of it. Their smile didn't match their eyes, and you could tell by the tone of their voice when you gave them good news. When you succeeded and they fell silent, you sensed it. These hints are not insignificant. These are heavenly cautions. They are attempting to steal something away from you. A truth, a connection, a chance. They are working quietly in the hopes that you won't find out. However, God is revealing them. No later. Their face is now visible. In the spiritual world, their schemes are falling apart, and their mask will come off soon. You will be able to view them well. They will be deceived by their own statements. They will act contrary to what they claim to believe. They'll trip. And don't save them when they do. Don't justify their treachery. Drop them. Give the truth more weight than your past interactions with them. Spiritually, emotionally, and energetically, you've outgrown them. They feel uneasy around you because of this. They see what they haven't been able to become in you. And they have decided to target you rather than grow with you. They believe their private talks are hidden from everyone. Heaven, however, does. Every speech has been recorded by the angels. Every phony gesture has been tallied by God. And judgment is on the way. You won't have to engage in combat. God will take care of it. Now compliance is all you have to do. Keep your distance. Don't confide in them anymore. If necessary, block. Pray ferociously. Quick if guided. Protect yourself. They're becoming desperate. Desperate people also make bad choices. You don't have paranoia. It's not your imagination. You are at last seeing what was always there with spiritual sight. This individual has already begun working to bring you down. It won't work, though. They will get 7 times as much back as they put out. That is the law of God. No weapon ign to harm you will succeed. However, that does not imply that you should enter the combat unprotected. There is a line in the sand with this message. You can't claim you weren't warned after today. Your choices have consequences after today. Decide to take the warning seriously. Make the decision to take action because the person you are now thinking about and who your spirit is directing you to is not safe. Furthermore, God does not want you hurt while attempting to show love to some. One who has none left for you. Take caution. Keep your mind safe. Talk less. Make less of yourself. Take a closer look. When you win, observe their reaction. Observe their response when you receive praise from others. Keep an eye on what they do when you're silent. Do they wait like vultures or do they check in with love? You have been observing these indicators. Before heaven put them into words, you just had no idea how loud they were. You're not by yourself. Angels accompany you. On your journey, Archangel Michael is standing beside you. his sword raised for protection rather than attack. Although you are protected, you now need to exercise caution. This is your plan for a perfect getaway. God is providing a means for you to cut off the things that have been destroying your soul. Don't wait for additional evidence. The sensation, the unease, the dreams, and the wait following a conversation with them serve as evidence. That's sufficient. Take caution. Stay vigilant. Say a prayer. You are about to make a significant discovery. The attack is getting more intense because of this. It's not a random betrayal. It is a calculated move. Prior to promotion, the enemy always tries to strike. However, God anticipated it. And for that reason, He is sending you this message right now. Your armor is this message. Put it around your soul. Allow it to direct your actions. Allow it to become your clarity. You're not insane. Someone who was supposed to hurt you is being protected from you by divine intervention. And they will fail horribly because you chose God's voice over well-known lies, you listened, and you followed. You are the recipient of this mail. Your spirit has started to sense that something is going on around you that your physical eyes haven't detected. Someone has in spite of all the storms that have risen against you. And now they've resorted to sneaky, covert strategies rather than methods of light or justice. Something is monitoring your spiritual as well as physical movements. Someone who acts as though they care about you has become involved with people who have smuggled their resentment into their heart. They misrepresented you to them. Where love previously existed, they spark jealousy. This individual who used to call you a friend, family, member, or trusted partner has now opened a door, and something has been permitted to follow you, not by accident, but with purpose. They're watching you. They are tracking you with eyes that wait for your weakness, not the way the world thinks of surveillance. They are interested in knowing when you are by yourself, when you are worn out, and when you are vulnerable enough to be swayed. This individual has placed your name in the hands of those who chant, blaspheme, and call up shadows of praying. They have attempted to connect your soul to a tracking device, one that listens to your suffering, your doubts, and the hours when you feel alone, not one you can see or touch. Most likely, you've already sensed it. Even when no one else is around, you have that weird feeling that you're not alone. When you think of a certain person, that eerie silence suddenly becomes heavy. That urge to feel anxious just before making a big life change. These aren't random occurrences. Hay attempted to achieve this. Nevertheless, I have seen the gadget. I've seen the individual. And I have left a mark on you that they will never be able to touch. This message is intended for you since now is not the time to panic. Rather, you should figure out why you've been experiencing emotional storms. Did you not notice that certain doors appear to close right before you get to them? Have you ever puzzled why your phone calls and the name on the screen makes your heart ache inexplicably? Or why your sleep grew restless? Nothing was placed beneath your pillow by them. Your clothing didn't conceal it. They made use of access. They made use of familiarity. They took advantage of your confidence since someone who knows your everyday routine authorized the monitoring of your soul. They are attempting to gauge your next course of action. They are keeping an eye on your every move in an attempt to stay 10 steps ahead of you. However, they are always 20 steps behind Parati. You are the recipient of this mail. This message was not intended for you to discover today. Heaven planned this event to serve as a reminder to you. God has established a covenant over your life that cannot be broken by any tracking device, monitoring spirit, or demon whisper. But you have to be on your guard. The people who attempted to follow you are keeping an eye on you to see if their schemes are succeeding, so you must be smart. Never give them a call. Don't give an explanation, and they won't wait for you to apologize. They're waiting to hear how tired you are. They'll try again if they sense your sadness. But now you have to close all the gates. Keep your spirit's doors locked. Don't say anything to anybody who used to have access. Not every person who shares your laughter is devoted to your brand. Someone who claimed to be your ally is now utilizing their spiritual connections to spread misinformation to others who wish to see you fail. In places where your ET have never set, this individual has been calling your name. They're telling strangers about you as though they know every detail about you. However, they are unaware of the discussions you have at midnight. They are unaware of your private tears. They have no idea how your spirit clings to God when all else fails. They have stolen what they know. They have tracked what they see. They want you to be late. They will see your deliverance, though. You are the recipient of this mail. So, Mion wants to meddle in your personal affairs. Misunderstandings have been growing as a result. People are misinterpreting your statements because of this. Those closest to you have been restraining themselves because of this. Your location is only one aspect of the spiritual tracking device that has been installed against you. It's for your benefit. Fear of never again trusting anyone. Because you will get isolated if you stop trusting. Additionally, isolating yourself will make you a prime target for emotional attacks. However, you have been paired with the Lord's angels. Something is breaking in the spiritual world even as you read this. Every tracking technology they attempted to activate was destroyed by the fire of God that is moving in front of you. Your spirit is now seeing what your eyes were unable to see. Strange patterns, oddly timed messages, unintentional phone calls, and peculiar conduct from a loved one will start to catch your attention. Paranoia is not what this is. Exposure is what this is. You are too significant to be kept in the dark, so heaven is disclosing what they attempted to perform behind your back. You are the recipient of this mail. For days it persisted, but you couldn't explain it. They attempted to trigger something against you on that particular night. They made statements that contradicted your fate. They sought advice from people who employ incantations and spells. They attempted to plant something spiritually even though they weren't physically close to you. Their goal was to associate your name with confusion. They intended for your progress to feel like sand sinking. But it was cut short by heaven. They are now upset because of this. They're working harder because of this. Because they are observing your movements after the initial assignment failed. You are the recipient of this mail. You've been experiencing unfounded fatigue, emotionally spent even after taking a break. Your body is not exhausted. The invisible invaders have been repelled by your spirit. That sensation of weight as you open some texts. After few phone conversations, you get that weird cold feeling. These are not stuff you're dreaming. Behind the curtain, energy is in motion. But don't be afraid. You're not by yourself. Right now, something is moving in your favor. The same individual who followed you will come to light. Your life is being rearranged by God to keep them out of influential roles. You are the recipient of this mail. The plans you had anticipated completing this week were postponed for a reason. Heaven knew someone was monitoring your next move and planned to ruin it, not because you weren't prepared. God therefore redirected the breakthrough to preserve the purity of what is to come, not to exclude you. It's guarded now, but it's still on the way. It's protected now. The tracking will now be disabled. There's more. You need to use caution when taking pictures. You need to use caution when posting anything. You may not comprehend how some of them are using your photograph. They are exposing you to those who utilize spiritual discernment for manipulation rather than for good. Through a photograph, they are attempting to find you spiritually. Now, however, the Lord is hiding your identity in the Spirit. They won't be able to see you well anymore. Today, everything they witnessed yesterday will become hazy. Now, your name will taste bad in their tongue. In their hands, your image will become less powerful, because you have been anointed by heaven, which prevents evil eyes from seeing you. You are the recipient of this mail. You might start to notice that people are separating themselves at random. Permit them. Avoid attempting to explain. God is separating the warriors from the viewers, so don't ask for comprehension. We're not leaving you. They're hiding you. There is no punishment for you. They're keeping you safe. For your own safety, the people who previously had access to your plans, schedule, and feelings are being cut off. You're not doomed. You have been selected. They are desperate to follow you because of this. They are aware that your life is about to change. They are terrified after seeing glimmers of your future. Their goal is to halt it. They wish to snare the impending happiness. In order to predict your actions, they wish to document your patterns. However, they overlooked one point. Your God is erratic. I cannot identify the power that directs your actions. Furthermore, the movement of grace cannot be mapped by any tracking technology. You are the recipient of this mail. Last night, someone you love deeply got down on their knees and sobbed because they don't know how to describe the pressure they feel from those around them, and they feel you're slipping away. They were drawn into a spiritual realm they don't completely comprehend. They allowed someone to criticize you in front of them. They didn't stop it, but they also didn't take part. They are now burdened with guilt. Heaven has also witnessed this, and there is yet grace. However, you have to pray. Ask God to open their eyes, because those around them have been attempting to take advantage of them in order to get to you. Pray for their heart to be healed. It's early over. The moment of exposure is almost here. Something will be overheard by you. A dialogue will be displayed to you. Will reveal a name. You will accidentally receive a message. The entire plot will fall apart in that moment, but it won't come from the person you anticipate. You will then understand the reasons behind your feelings. Why, despite the appearance of normalcy, your spirit stirred. Why a season of peace was postponed. A spiritual tag was placed on your path because someone you trusted permitted someone else to do it. You are the recipient of this mail.